be on Fox Soul. I mean, that's just what she do. That's just what she do, or whatever. Uh, but what these numbers do? What these numbers doing? Sitting up over there mad over a situation she created. Sitting up over there mad, whatever. Don't talk to me. Talk to them numbers. Collectively, there's never been 14,000 in the chat over there, and I did it alone. Who needs who? Collectively, there's never been 14,000 over there. I did it alone. Who needs who? With that being said, y'all,
Well, we knew the peace treaty was gonna come to an end, but I didn't think it would come to an end this quickly. They've only had like literally a week or less since Funky Dineva quit the show. And when he quit it in a classy way. He said basically the contract was not his vibe and he's gonna gracefully walk away. He wasn't trying to come for no one. And I really believe that's where he was, but it seems like Claudia Jordan couldn't help herself and put some stank on it. And Q came back and said, bitch, what? Run me those numbers, okay? He said collectively we couldn't do 14,000 and I'm here on my throne doing it by myself. Now what, bitch? Now what? Apparently, something went wrong behind the scenes or Claudia and them were shading him. And they also said that they're bringing in Storm Monroe. And I know in the past, Funky and Storm Monroe had some words and disagreement. So it seems like a slight to Funky, right? And Claudia always tries to act like she's above it all. Like, Claudia has always been, to me, this kind of, I wanted to say microaggressive, but maybe aggressive, because even on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she had this thing about her, like, okay, woe is me, everybody did me bad, this and that. Like, girl, her attitude is not the nicest, it's not the sweetest. I know she has a whole bunch of industry friends, but Claudia seems just naturally mean, right? And yes, she's been winning, she's been telling us about her successes, which I'm like, black girl, win, but have some humility about yourself. You just came into money. She claims all this stuff. Claudia literally just bought her house. Like, girl, you 50 something. Like, that is not a flex. It is a flex, but it's not a flex. Like, so I can see her hating on Q, and Q is literally a free spirit. He didn't even want to do the job. That's the funny part, right? When TGIF started, it was 1 day a week. Then they increased it to 5 days a week, and he's like, I'm getting paid less basically per day than we did when it was like 1 or 2 days a week. So that did not make sense. It doesn't make sense, but that's corporate America. They try to stick you where it matters. And honestly, to be fair, TGIF would not succeed without Funky, because Funky brought his own people, right? He had his own following. On YouTube, say what you will about the man, he has a strong following. Funky puts a video today, it doesn't get less than 40,000 views. Okay, he had his own people. And sometimes that 40,000 views is all of TGIF's views. So it begs to differ. Where are the fans for Al and Claudia? I'm not saying they're not doing their own thing, because everybody has their own lane and we must follow our lane. But Funky Dineva had a following. And if he was just asking to be paid his per daily of what he was getting before, I think they should have honored it. I think it made sense to have Funky on. This whole week, like, I'm still watching TGIF because I do like Al and I really want Al to succeed. Al seems to be in a part of his life where he's trying to figure shit out, at least financially. I really want him to succeed. I don't mind Claudia succeeding, but she just seems very arrogant. And I guess when she entered Fox Soul, they maybe made her a bit of a queen and it got to her head, because you could tell when people are getting a little bit of a big head. So I'm sure TGIF, because Claudia can't help herself, she's going to try to defend herself. It's the same way she hated Portia for years for no freaking reason. Like, no reason at all. For years, she kept talking about the girl. She kept, when Portia got married, she kept saying how the girl was not gonna succeed, but here we go. And now Funky is doing his show. He wasn't even planning to do this stuff. When God wants to bless you, he embarrasses your enemies. I'm telling you. He wasn't even planning to do this stuff. Came on at 8 o'clock, basically ranting. You could tell he wasn't organizing his thoughts. He put some topics down, but he was everywhere. And as the video showed, Funky was basically in his bag, just doing his thing, freestyling. Imagine if he structures it. And what he said is the truth. It's like, collectively, we couldn't do 14,000 live, and I'm doing it by myself. I could literally take this show to any length that I want. And I'm proud for the guy. Like, honestly, 2024 is a year of reckoning. Everybody's trying to figure it out. I was talking to my friend, like, we were talking about physicians, nurse practitioners, and them not being paid their worth. I know people think, oh, physicians make so much money and this and that. But at the end of the day, the corporate people keep winning. And it's time for everyone, whatever facet of work you do, to take a hold of your own independence, because they're not going to give it to you. You got to take it. But this is the shit going on YouTube streets right now. Funky has basically dropped the gauntlet. I'm going to see how TGIF responds. And we will see. This is a mess. They don't need this competition because their viewers are already dwindling in less than a week of this man's exit. So for him to actually take the same time slot as y'all, a bit of a mess. A bit of a mess. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, dislike, comment, don't comment. Bye.